Hello everybody, this is Shawnee, Mystic Heart Healing. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to join me. Tonight I am out sitting on my porch. It sounds like we might be getting a thunderstorm. But I'm sitting down on my porch with all my plants. And I welcome you to join me. As you can see, the plants are everywhere. Everywhere. All plants. Tonight we're going to be talking about herbs, natural and cultivated to use in your spell work. Check one thing here quickly. Hi, Brian. Before I get started, just want to do a couple announcements. We will be switching over to TikTok. We've had some people say that TikTok is their preferred viewing application, so social media viewing. So, hi Melissa. So we will, in lieu of doing live, start doing TikTok videos. If there's content, if there's topic that you'd like to see us do something on, let us know. You can continue to follow us on Facebook. We will be sharing stuff, everything on there. You can find us on TikTok at mystic.heart, HART.healing, and you can find us on Instagram. You can also check out our website, www.mystichearthealing, again, heart like the deer, HART healing.com. We'll have our blog posts up there. We'll continue putting blog posts up for our content. And you can also sign up for a newsletter on there that will get you exclusive content. But the big news is registration is now open for Spirits of the Woods retreat with the theme of Tree of Life, as above, so below. Registration is $65 a person for if you are staying in the cabin, getting a bunk in the cabin. If you're a couple or two friends, and we do have some double beds available. I think some of them are even queen, but if there's someone you would like to bunk with, and that would help. Or if you'd like to tent, it is $55 a person for tenting. And if you'd like to vend, it's a $20 vending fee. We also encourage you, if you're vending, to donate an item or service for our raffle. This year's raffle is going to be going towards Hawk Mountain Conservatory. They do a lot of conservation in South Central Pennsylvania in the Berks County area. And with our theme this year, we thought that would be a good charity to go with our theme. Once you do your registration, we will send you an invoice, and once you get your invoice, I will be contacting you to discuss bunk arrangements and assignment. We are still looking if you would be interested in offering a workshop, or have ideas of workshops you'd like to see that go with our theme. We'd still love to hear that. And we're going to be looking for other input especially now that registration is open. So If you're interested and not already a member, we have a Facebook group for Spirits of the Woods. Contact Melissa or I, and we can get you invited to that Facebook group. I don't think I'm missing anything else. If I am, Melissa, let me know. And let's get on with herbs for your spell needs. Herbs have been used in spell work for centuries. Each of the herbs carry their own properties and energies to aid in various magical workings. Whether you're seeking healing, prosperity, protection, or love, there's an herb to help manifest your desires. Let's start with, so I broke these down as to spell categories. So for healing spells, and whether it is physical, emotional, or spiritual healing that you're looking for, here are some herbs with healing properties. Lavender. I have lavender growing in my herb garden, and it is easily accessible, and sometimes you can find it wild. It's known for its calming effects. It is excellent for use in healing spells, aimed to reduce stress and promote restful sleep. You can make dream pillows with lavender. You can put lavender in your bath to do a healing bath. Add some Epsom salts and some lavender and create a wonderful healing bath. Maybe add some oatmeal if you're having some skin irritation. You can make a tea with lavender. You can use it in spell bottles. You can crush it and dress your candles with it. There's so many ways. Another herb to use in your healing spells is eucalyptus. I also have that growing in my herb garden. It was exciting because I did not even know that we could do eucalyptus here, grow eucalyptus here. It is good for respiratory. You can hang a sprig of it from your shower head and get that to inhale that wonderful eucalyptus scent to clear your respiratory. Eucalyptus can be incorporated into healing spells to clear congestion and support your lungs. It could also be put into dream pillows. It can be put into, it's often used in flower arrangements, and you could make a flower arrangement with a spell purpose. Chamomile is perfect for soothing the nerves and healing anxiety, making it invaluable for spells for emotional healing. Again, I have it in my garden, chamomile. I really enjoy growing chamomile. You can make this into a tea. You could also put it in dream pillows. You can add it to your bath water, to a healing bath. You can add it with the lavender and Epsom salts and maybe some oatmeal. You could add it to a spell bottle. Make a tea. Rosemary, with its invigorating scent, rosemary is a powerful herb for memory retention and mental clarity in healing spells. It can be very well used for mental healing, or helping you get clarity so you can move on with an issue. Again, you can drink or eat rosemary. You can use it in your kitchen witch spells. I'm going to pause a second. The neighbor just got home, so he's pulling in his driveway. So I'm going to pause just a second as their car pulls in. But rosemary as a kitchen witch, you can make a dish with rosemary in it. You can add it to your chicken. Make rosemary potatoes.
Oh, here we go. No.
You could add it to a sachet, one of the Dream Pillow sachets. You could make a tea. It would be a pretty strong tea, but you could make a tea. You could hang a sprig of it with your eucalyptus in the shower. Last year I had a bountiful rosemary harvest, and I made a wreath with the rosemary and put it on my door to add healing and protection for my home. That rosemary plant did not make it, so I had to plant. I just have a baby rosemary going on this year, so yeah, that we have that. For money and prosperity, attract wealth and financial success. Cinnamon is a spice for prosperity. Cinnamon was one of the spices of prosperity on the Silk Road, and it is often used to draw money and success, especially in business endeavors. You could wrap some money around a cinnamon stick and make a money bowl, or if you have a shop, you could put some cinnamon sticks in your cash drawer to draw more money towards it, or wrap some money around it and put it in the back of your cash drawer. Perhaps wrap some money around a cinnamon stick and tuck it in your purse or wallet. You could dust a candle if you're doing a candle spell. You could, with cinnamon powder, you could dress your candles with cinnamon powder, powdered cinnamon. Put some in a jar spell. You could make a poppet and using the cinnamon sticks for the arms and legs to draw money towards you. Basil is another money attractant. Obviously I don't have cinnamon growing in my herb bed, but I have both regular basil, garden basil, and holy basil in my herb garden this year. It is a staple in all kinds of money spells. It's that vibrant green, and it is known for attracting a wealth and abundance. I would, for your cinnamon, you could make muffins or oatmeal and add the cinnamon to draw money. You could make it your kitchen witch. All kinds of Italian food, between the basil and the oregano, are perfect for doing. Italian food is perfect for doing abundance and money spells. You can use your sauce or gravy to encourage that money to come to you. You can grind some up and dress. Again, add that to your dressing for candles. You could put sprinkle some dried bay leaves, or put a basil leaf in your wallet or purse. Fresh mint. The fresh mint, scent of fresh mint is said to bring financial growth and opportunities. Now, I had a corner of my garden that really wasn't doing well at growing anything. It's like my garden is tucked into the corner of my house, and the dryer vent comes out there, so things weren't growing well. So I tucked some mint in there last year, and now that whole corner is filled with mint. And that scent you can do a simmer pot with the mint. Some mint and cinnamon would make something, a lovely simmer pot together. And mint tea, you can drink it in, make some mint tea to bring prosperity. Sitting there drinking that tea, doing it in the morning while as you're getting work, or as you're doing your books or your budget, could be some way to work some prosperity money spell into. Bay leaf, you can write your financial intentions onto a bay leaf and then burn it to release the potent money attracting energy. And you can grow bay leaf. You can grow bay laurel. In our area, you're better to do it in a pot so you can bring it in during the winter. I did have a bay laurel that I grew years ago. I don't have one growing now. But it is something you can grow yourself. And doing written spells and burning them, writing on bay leaves and burning them, writing wishes, is one of my favorite ways to use bay in spell magic and spell work. You can grind it up and add it to your candle dressing. You could put you could write your financial intention and tuck it in your checkbook. Like my intention is to have $10,000 in the bank, or $2,000 in the bank as an emergency fund, and then you can tuck that into your checkbook or your wallet, or your purse. You could add bay leaves to a money bowl, or you can add them to your register if you or money bag, or to you can make a spell jar and write your intention on your bay leaf and put it in your spell jar. For luck spells, boosting your luck and fortune, here are some herbs that go with that. Clover. It doesn't just have to be a 4-leaf clover. You can use clover in general. You can use the clover flowers. And you can use either white or red clover, purple clover, for your good fortune. It can be carried in a charm bag or scattered to an area to invite to increase your fortune, your good luck. You can put clover in your shoe if you're going out gambling. You can put clover in your shoe. I believe it's your right shoe that you should put your clover in when you're going out gambling. You can make a charm bag to carry if you're going to be doing star anise is a star, the star-shaped seed pod, star anise or star anise. Anise, not anus, anise. It's believed to bring good luck and ward off evil. You could use the point on the star anise to scratch off your lottery tickets to bring good luck. You can string them on a cord and make a what do we call that? You string it a garland and hang it in a doorway or on through a window. Last year we made ornaments with star anise and cinnamon to hang on their Yule tree to bring prosperity and luck. Allspice is a can use that in spell to enhance luck and attract positive outcomes. Allspice is great in your apple pie or into your cooking. You can do that. You can also, your star anise, you can make tea out of that. It has a licorice type flavor. Your allspice, you could also do that. Ginger. So if you're making gingerbread, you can add ginger and allspice and use them. You can make gingerbread ben, which can also be you can use them to be prosperity poppets or good luck poppets that you can eat. Or a gingerbread house, if you could design your house and make wishes in your gingerbread house. It can ignite luck and speedy results in spell work. Ginger helps speed things along. I will say, all of these, the star anise, allspice, could be used and ginger could be used in incense. I would say be careful if you're making incense with ginger. It can be very strong. I prefer using fresh ginger than powdered ginger if I'm doing something I'm going to cook. Sometimes the dried ginger gives me a headache. I thought I had a sensitivity to ginger. But my family had always used the dried ginger, the powdered ginger. When I started using fresh ginger, when Melissa actually introduced me to fresh ginger, I realized it wasn't ginger that gave me a headache. It was the dried ginger that was just too strong for me. And you could make a carving, a representation. You could get a nice sized ginger root and do a carving to make it into a poppet or other my words are eluding me tonight. Sympathetic magic. You could take a piece of ginger and use that as an amulet or talisman. If you needed luck in something, you could carry it with you. For love spells, and whether this is try to bring romance and love into your life or self-love, which I encourage. But for love spells, you can use rose. Rose is the quintessential herb that you write. And would it surprise you that I have rose in my garden as well? I have a very old rose bush that's been here long before we've been here. What I was told is that what I've learned about that rose bush is that the people that were here for like 35 years, 32 years. And that rose bush was here before them. So, and I planted a new rose bush that was supposed to be a lovely peach, but it is also red. But rose petals to be used in love spells, whether you are sprinkling them around the bottom of a candle, whether you're powdering them and dressing your candle with them, whether you're putting it into incense. Rose petals grind up very lovely to be used in incense. You could add them to a self-love bath ritual. You can, add them to a spell bottle. Jasmine. I do have some night jasmine growing in my garden. With its sweet fragrance, and jasmine is thought of as a sensual plant that brings a sense of sensuality to, so it is perfect for drawing love and nurturing romantic relationships. It too can be used in incense, or you can make a love potpourri, adding some rose and jasmine. I picked 4, and I have rose, jasmine, vanilla, and patchouli, and to me, put together, they would make a great incense or potpourri to use for love, a love spell. You can also make a tea. It would, I wouldn't put patchouli in the tea, but you could make a rose, jasmine, and vanilla tea. And if there's a partner that you want to deepen your relationship with, you could have you drink tea together. Vanilla, a rich, sensual smell of vanilla and taste of vanilla. It's comforting and is ideal for spells that aim to attract affection and lasting love. And then patchouli, with its earthy scent, promotes sensuality and physical attraction. So, like I said, I actually have patchouli growing in the garden too. I don't have vanilla. Don't have any vanilla beans growing, but you could. But together, they would make a beautiful incense for love. Protection spells. Vanilla. Making something with a deep vanilla flavor. Doing baked goods with a rich vanilla flavor would be also, you could do that, do a nice rich vanilla cupcake or muffin and serve that with some jasmine tea for a little tea time treat to deepen the bonds. I think that's also why vanilla is one of the most popular flavors for wedding cakes. Traditionally, I think it was the flavor for wedding cakes. Now you can have any flavor under the sun. For protection spells, to ward off negative energies and provide protection, some of the herbs that you would use for that are sage. You can use that for smoke cleansing. You can, and for any type of sage. You can use white sage that's ethically sourced. You can use your garden sage. You could use pineapple sage. Any form of sage can be used for that, for getting rid of negativity. You will have me say, if you've followed us for any length of time, you'll have heard me say that if you're doing a smoke cleansing your house or smudging, the sage clears out the negativity. It clears out, but it also makes a vacuum. So follow that up. You might use one of the things for prosperity or healing, or something for peace. I like to sage and then use sweetgrass to bring sweetness and energy into my home if I am going to do a smoke cleanse. Garlic. And I am this year trying to work on growing some garlic. Because garlic you let over winter, and I'm hoping next spring I'll have some wonderful garlic scapes and then be able to harvest garlic. traditionally is used to repel evil. Garlic is a powerful protector in magical practices. Again, you can use that in your kitchen. You can find, especially if you grow your own, you can make the garlic chains and hang them. You can put a bulb of garlic, hang it above your door for protection. Black pepper can also be used for protection. Its fiery nature of black pepper makes it a formidable herb for banishing harmful energies. And I'm also going to use it to protect my garden. We love to feed the wildlife in our, but I am having a battle with they're adorable, a cute little family of groundhogs that are living under the shed to our neighbors, but they are wreaking havoc in my garden. They totally took out all my broccoli. They've been in my green bean plants. They've worked on my cauliflower. So I've since learned that black pepper, a liberal sprinkling of black pepper, can keep them out and also add other protection. I didn't have this on my list, but rue is also protective, and I have rue growing at next to my steps, my front steps. I have rue as a protection, and anybody that goes by, the rue is going to brush up against them, or try to brush up against them. They're going to have to pass the rue. So I grow that rue there with the intentions of protection, that if they come here with ill intent, that the rue will discourage them and not let their negative intentions enter my house. Sorry, motorcycle. But black pepper, you could use that in your cooking. You could, it's very easy one to use. You could dress a candle for protection. You could sprinkle it around your property line. You could sprinkle it under your welcome mat. You can use it in cooking. Could use it in a spell jar. I've actually seen some potent protection incense that actually uses black pepper in your incense. That is not one you want to burn inside, but you can make protection incense with black pepper. It makes it very strong, and is not one that you want to have a very well ventilated area if you're going to use black pepper in incense. Angelica is another herb that you can that is known for its protective qualities. Angelica can be used to create a shield against malevolence. It is another one that you could grow at the four corners of your house or next to your steps in your front door to create a ward for your property. You could, again, sprinkle it under your doormat. You could put it in spell jars and bury those at the four corners of your property to create wards. You could put a sprig of it into a charm bag. I do not have Angelica growing this year. Prosperity. and I do put prosperity and money as separate because there's other forms of prosperity than monetary or financial prosperity. So this could be other things that you want to grow. Nutmeg. It's an herb of luck and money. Nutmeg is used for spells to bring general prosperity. Again, adding that nutmeg to your pumpkin pie or your gingerbread, especially your fall baking, can bring that energy into your life. You could use it to dress candles. You could use it in an incense. Ginger is also a prosperity herb, and again, using that in your cooking. To draw that energy. Sunflower, that big beautiful sunflower, and sunflower seeds, you could they symbolize the sun and abundance, and you can use the sunflower petals to be used to manifest prosperity. You could, again, use those to dress your candle. You could, if you're doing a prosperity ritual, you could line your circle in sunflower petals. We've done that before. It creates a beautiful circle. And especially if you're doing it for, we just had the summer solstice, that would be a great time to do it. Or anytime, any solar holiday. Agrimony is an herb known for its ability to bring success and help to overcoming obstacles. So if you are looking for, if you're working on something that you feel you might have some obstacles to overcome, there might be some obstacles in your way, using agrimony, you could use that in spell bottles. You could do it in a simmer. You could dress your candles with that. You could put them at the base of your candles. You could put that in a charm bag. They are all ways that you could use agrimony. I do have sunflowers that grow, because we have sunflowers that grow in weird places, because with all the sunflowers that Matt puts out for the birds and the squirrels tend to plant them. So we get sunflowers and corn popping up in the weirdest, unusual places. I do let at least some of the sunflowers grow. You could also make a salad and add sunflower sprouts. When the sunflowers start growing and they're only yay big, you can eat them. They are edible. You could put them in your salad. You could you can make them with hot bacon dressing, and they are stronger grassy, herbaceous flavor to them, but they're not bad. Some herbs to be used for cleansing spells. Again, sage. It cleanses things very well. Lemongrass. You can make lemongrass tea if you want to cleanse your energy. You could make a simmer pot with lemongrass, and it'd make your house smell wonderfully fresh and clean. It's perfect for clearing out stagnant energy and inviting in positivity. It's also one that if you were doing, if you're going to use your sage to clean, if you added the lemongrass, it could bring that positivity back in after you've cleaned out negativity and create that void. That's, you could use the lemongrass to bring the positivity. Hyssop, which I do have some of that growing too. I do not have lemongrass growing this year. I grew lemongrass last year. I thought my lemongrass would, I thought it was an annual and would come back, but it did not come back this year. Hyssop, I do have some of that growing. Traditionally, it's used for spiritual cleansing. It is perfect for purification. You can use it in incense, purification incense. And you could dress a candle with it, spell jars, all of those things. Frankincense is another purification used to purify and sanctify spaces. So you could use sage, lemongrass, hyssop, and frankincense to make a kick-ass cleansing incense that would probably smell amazing. The frankincense would give it depth, and the lemongrass and hyssop would mellow out the sage and frankincense and make it smell delightful and yummy. If you have some things that you need to do something a little stronger, you can use Whorehound to stop someone in their tracks. It's bitter and resilient, so you could use Whorehound to stop someone and help you get back on top. So those are my herbs for the different categories and types. Again, I'm really excited that the registration for Spirits of the Woods, Tree of Life, As Above, So Below, is now open. So we can only accept 50 participants this year. So get in there and get registered early to make sure you get your spot, especially if you need an indoor spot in the cabin. We only have limited spaces in the cabin. And if you have any questions, or let Melissa or myself know. If you're not already, join the Facebook group so you have all the updated information. And let's see, what else? Check us out on TikTok. We're going to be having, you can register at our website, www.mystichearthealing. Catch us on TikTok. There'll be more content coming up in the next couple days. And if there's something you want to see us do a TikTok content about, let us know. And we love you all, and we appreciate your support. Come over there to TikTok and support us. Love you all. Can't wait to see you at Spirits of the Woods. I hope to see you all there. I posted something earlier, or I guess it was yesterday. It was a memory that came up about you can't pour from an empty cup. So a retreat like Spirits of the Woods, it's about building community, and it's an opportunity to fill that cup, doing something for you, to fill your cup so you can go out in the world and have a full vessel to pour from. I love you all. Good night.